Hello everybody, it's the Game Judge here, and today I decided to do something different. I decided to revisit a series that I hold dear to my heart, and that is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The reason for doing this is because I wanted to answer the question, why did I love Oblivion? Was it the nostalgia teenage years of sitting in my bedroom binging the game? Was I suffering from rosy retrospection when it comes to Oblivion? Or do I still hold the same love for this game, even today? But before I answer that question, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button for more gaming news and game reviews. To answer this question, there was really only one way to find out, and that was to replay Oblivion in 2023. The first thing I noticed when I fired this game up and started Oblivion was indeed a wave of nostalgia and happiness. The start menu came on with the music I remember all too fondly.
Still love this.
I instantly knew where I was, and the memories flooded my mind of a past time in my life where life was simple. But this was only the beginning of my journey or quest and finding the answer as to why I would love Oblivion and if I would still love it today. I started the game and was flooded with the classic RPG character creation that I loved so much in the past, and even now I found that I do indeed share that same feeling. Picking your race, customizing your character's looks, putting stats into attributes such as strength and intelligence, to leveling up my skills and choosing my class, of which has some awesome art that I love.
This is awesome. Whoever designed the art for these classes, I approve.
These things gave Oblivion a classic, almost D&D-like feel. It was so refreshing, and I found it as something that I missed in some of the games today. The next step in my journey was to enter the world, and boy did this part rope me in. You're thrust into the world of Cyrodiil, a province of Tamriel and home of the Imperial race. You're a prisoner who witnesses the death of the Emperor Eural Septim, who was supposed to be protected by an ancient order called the Blades, which was made very sad by the fact that the whole time he is predicting his death gracefully, and you can't stop it.
My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
This is honestly one of the most likable characters
No
in the game
trophies
for
of
me.
my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my
I still remember
ghost
this
shall
when I
rest
used to
easy.
play this game back in the day.
Men are but Oblivion.
You now have to stop Mehrunes Dagon, a Daedric god of destruction who is opening portals into the world with these ugly scamp-looking things.
Scampy. Die. So many of them.
And using the mythic Don cult who worships him as pawns in his plot to conquer the lands. I have to stop here because this moment made me instantly realize one of the reasons I love this game so much, and that was the quest line. It made me feel like the world really needed me to save it, and this was just one of many quests that I enjoyed. One of my all-time favorites is the arena quest line, where you start out as a pit dog and work your way up through the ranks, fighting in the arena to face the grand champion, the Grey Prince, who sends you on a quest to find out about his noble heritage, and you find out that he's a vampire. While yeah, the writing's not perfect, the effort is there, and the quest lines are badass, and they made me feel badass and a part of the world. But there was more to go on my journey. Once you step out into Cyrodiil, the world building is apparent and still captivating to me till this day. Jeremy Soul's beautiful music instantly hits you, you can hear the nature around you, and as you look out into the world around you, you feel a sense of exploration and adventure. You wonder what is behind those trees in the distance, or what is in that water right over there. This game makes you feel like that you're in the world that's begging you to explore it. It is a beautiful thing that even today I still appreciate. As I continued my adventure, I found that signs of the lore are everywhere. I constantly found myself wanting to know more about this world. One of my favorites was reading about all the Daedric gods, and this is just one of the many details the world gives you. I then headed over to the Imperial City, the capital, and thoroughly enjoyed the architecture that seemed to draw inspiration from ancient Rome and even had statues and doors referenced in Skyrim. You have to wonder if they were giving us clues at the time. Also, one of the areas I have to mention is the Cloud Ruler Temple of the Blades, where the swords are hanging all inside the building.
That is so cool. That sword's all along the top. It's freaking awesome.
But the game is not all sunshine and rainbows, I have to admit. I mean, I knew Oblivion was glitchy, but revisiting this game made me realize that perhaps my nostalgia brain didn't quite have me remember how glitchy this game really was.
Excellent. Be seeing.
He's glitching to the floor.
Yes?
Wow. Oh, look at that, he teleported.
Yes?
And some of the glitches are actually kind of funny. The companions are constantly running into each other and not quite navigating things very smoothly. Also, the lighting is kind of off. Like in a lot of areas, it feels too bright, or when you're in a cave, it feels too dark. so I constantly found myself having to adjust the settings for these things, but maybe perhaps I'm too dumb and I didn't adjust them correctly. Also, the combat is very floaty and it really feels like I'm just kind of sliding around, lightly swinging my weapon.
It honestly just feels like I'm sliding on ice. Towards like...
The game is also very limited in its voice actors and even has Todd Howard hilariously voice acting one of the characters.
What? That really pisses me off. Oh no! What do we do? I'm so scared!
But to be fair, they did have some people like Patrick Stewart do some voice acting. One more thing to mention is the game is quite dated, obviously since it came out in 2006. However, for me, none of this takes away from the greatness of this game. The ambition and vision of the world building and lore, the classic D&D medieval RPG feel, the sense of exploration, the beautiful atmosphere created by the world, and Jeremy Soul's music, the passion and love that was put in this game can be felt. So when we started this video, the question was, why did I love this game and would I still love it today? Or was it just nostalgia? And I can honestly say that after playing this game in 2023, that I can say that I still love this game even today. So the final verdict is still love it. And even more so in some ways. Oblivion is like a fine wine that gets better with age, especially when I compare it to some of the modern games today. I'm curious, what do you guys think of Oblivion? Do you still think it's a great game, or do you think a lot of it is just the nostalgia that we have with some of these past games? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys on the next one.